Chicago and the Quad Cities. The Bears, the Storm, the Steamwheelers, River Bandits, and the Cubs. It's like we fell out of love, but Michael and Ryan will lift you up. Welcome to the pod, we barely maintain it. Hey. Welcome to the pod, we barely maintain it. Hey. Welcome to the pod, we barely maintain it. Life's tough, we need a vacation. We need a break from these sports, Chicago and the Quad Cities. The Bears, the Storm, the Steamwheelers, River Bandits, and the Cubs. It's like we fell out of love, but Michael and Ryan will lift you up. Welcome to the pod, we barely maintain it. Hey. Hey, the Bears, the Storm, the Steamwheelers, River Bandits, and the Cubs. It's like we fell out of love, but Michael and Ryan will lift you up. Welcome to the pod, we barely maintain it.
Right. Welcome in, everybody, to Barely Maintaining. Today, we've got Robert on. Michael, me and Michael recorded yesterday, and the audio went out, and then we can't line it back up, so we got Robert on. Hopefully, back next week, we'll have everybody on the show. But yeah, so we'll jump right into some NFL news here. First headline we had was Adam Thielen waived by the Vikings after being requested leaving. And then also, updated news is that he joined Robert's Steelers, which may or may not help. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
Right.
I know Rodgers loves his old white guy receivers, so it might help. And then, let's see, Colts cornerback Sauce Gardner considered week to week. It sucks for the Colts to get Sauce Gardner, such a key piece, and then to basically like lose him right away and not really actually get the benefits of it. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert underwent that surgery in his left hand to fix the break. It sounds like he is day-to-day and might even play this week. Which is crazy. I didn't expect that to be a thing. That's a crazy turnaround. But do you have any news to yourself? Those are kind of like the top headlines of the week so far.
Right. I mean, I part of the move for the Steelers, we parted ways with Darius Slay.
Yeah. I did see that. What did you think about that? Because he's kind of a veteran piece, right?
I mean, he hasn't shown up much for us this season, I don't think, though. And I don't think he's been on the field a whole lot, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he kind of subs in, right?
I know he was a scratch against Buffalo.
Yeah.
This week. Yeah, he's only had 3 pass breakups, no interceptions. So doesn't look like he hasn't done a whole lot. It would have been nice to have that veteran piece, but we also kind of have that with Ramsey.
Yeah.
He's making more of an impact, so it's like, kind of get it. We needed a receiver, so you know.
Which has been cool to see him playing well in that safety spot, that he just can kind of ball hawk instead of. I mean, obviously with age, he's kind of slowed down quite a bit, but it's been cool to see him in that safety spot.
Right.
But yeah. I think Darius Slay will probably be picked up by somebody, though. Like, somebody could probably use the piece.
I think he could still, add a lot to a team. I just, with the way the things are with the Steelers, I'm not surprised. I mean, someone was bound to get cut. Our secondary's been torched. I feel like everybody's throwing for a ton of yardage against us, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add? It hasn't really been too many high pieces of kind of information coming out this week so far.
I think a lot of the stuff has happened within the games this past weekend.
We will jump straight into the Bears beating Philly 24-15. The Bears just might be good at this point. I know everybody every week just somebody wants to say something new about like, well, this is the stipulation for this team and this is the stipulation for this team, and they might just be good now. I know that the
Right?
Eagles kind of struggle here and there, but they are like they were our Super Bowl defending champions at the moment.
Yeah.
So the Bears just might be good.
Well, really, if you watch the game, I know the Eagles made it close at the end there, but really, y'all manhandled them.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it
our
was it
Bears,
was a dominant win.
there was really only two big chunk plays. One, AJ Brown had like a 33 or 37-yard catch, and then
Yeah.
Devontae Smith had a big catch, but that was really it. I mean, there wasn't really much after that. And we successfully stopped the tush push, in the most wild way of just, you know what, we'll just go get the ball from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is just a crazy like concept that actually makes a whole lot of sense. Nashon Wright continues to be a player that I cannot
Yes.
understand, because he
Yeah.
will let up. I think me and Michael yesterday were talking, and it kind of just seems like he just goes for the big plays. So he's gonna let up big plays, but
Right.
he does go for the big plays, and that's why he is tied for second in interceptions right now.
I
And
think he wins on most of those big plays though he
yeah,
goes for. I don't know. I hear his name called a lot in every game I watch.
yeah, yeah, and he high points the ball like a wide receiver, so it's really cool to see that continuing to happen. Um,
Right?
but yeah, it's just crazy to keep Bears rolling. I mean, the defense is decimated, and yet like we got a couple key pieces back, obviously, but yet they keep playing pretty well. I mean, we have no
Yeah. It
linebackers.
was like last week everybody was, shouting that y'all played against the second string quarterback,
Yeah,
the Steelers, and it's like, well, this week what is it? Because I think we had everybody. They had Saquon, AJ Brown, Smith, Jalen Hurts was in, like, and they only put up 15 points. So it's
yeah,
like, what's the excuse this week? I think your defense is just solid, and people need to over it.
yeah. It's getting crazy. Also, Eagles fans are just wild. Like
Oh,
it's just insane to see somebody booing their team the first drive of the game,
yeah,
and it's just
yeah.
wild.
Well, I remember that year they go and they win the Super Bowl, and it was when Carson Wentz got injured, and they go and win with Nick Foles, and literally the next year, like booing the man off the field who was almost going to win MVP if he doesn't get injured that season.
Yeah,
I think this is typical Philly fan behavior.
yeah, it
Just
is.
expect.
But it's also just so wild to just like
No,
to
it
like
is. It
actually be
is.
watching the game and like see it happen is just such a crazy thing.
Well, and I get it. I mean, the offense has definitely not been good this season for them, so
Yeah,
I can get their frustration, but it's like I just won a Super Bowl last year. Like, y'all can chill a little bit.
yeah, yeah. Pulling up some of the numbers, we had two plus 100-yard rushers in the game. Let's see, pull it up right here. I think DeAndre Swift had 125. I
Yep.
want to
Yeah,
say. Apparently, if I click that, it goes into the and
yeah. Swift
then
had 125.
Monongai had I want to say he had you can't pull up the
130.
stats. Yeah, I'm pulling up the ESPN schedule, and it just like if you
Got you.
click
I
on the
got you.
game, it goes into Philadelphia. It's like what
Right.
the heck. But yeah, they played pretty well. People are gonna say that Caleb still isn't throwing well, but it's like nobody could throw in that game. That the wind was going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Not his best stat line of the season, but
Yeah, and I've
I
noticed
mean,
there's a lot of stat line watchers that are like Caleb can't play well and like this and that. It's like, well, if you watch the stat lines, yes, but like even in this game, like even the plays he was making, why something was going on with the footing because the wide receivers kept falling. Like I watched them fall like
right.
3 or 4 times, and they just weren't where the ball was like coming out.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
my thing is like at the end of the day, y'all are winning games and
yeah,
like leading. Like y'all get the lead and keep the lead till the end of the game usually. So 5 game win streak. I mean,
yeah,
I think people are just Chicago haters.
yeah. I I mean, nobody wants to see him succeed, which I understand. Like they've been the joke of the league for a couple years now.
Right?
Not the worst, but obviously definitely nowhere near the best. Caleb went
Yeah.
17 for 36 for 154 yards, touchdown and an interception. The interception was bad. I will give
Was
him
it?
that. He threw it right off of like Jalen Carter's head, and he just basically just caught it off his head. Um, so it just like that was a bad mistake. You want to put more air on it, but also like in the windy
Right.
conditions, I can understand why like he kind of just wanted to zip it to him.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, Calvin guy 130 yards on 22
Yeah.
carries, averaged almost 6 yards a carry, which is pretty crazy. DeAndre
So I
Swift,
was talking to someone about Manungai when they drafted him, and I was like, that was a good pick. Like,
yeah,
I'm excited to see him in Chicago.
yeah. He and it's crazy that he is the smaller back, but is the power back.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I remember watching a couple games when he played at Rutgers, and the dude was just trucking people
yeah,
left and right. It was fun to watch, and so y'all picked him up. I was like, thank goodness, because Swift needs some help in that
yeah.
backfield.
And he doesn't have breakaway speed, but he's got enough speed where if he hits the hole and gets through it, like he will start taking off. So, um,
Yeah.
Swift had 125, like you said, on 18 carries, averaged almost 7 yards a carry, which is pretty like just to be averaging that. The team averaged 6 yards per carry, which is just insane. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, a run, 2 runs, and you've already got a first down. It's just
Right.
each back had a touchdown. Um, and then our leading receiver was actually Komet, mostly on that big um, cross body throw by Caleb Williams, connecting with Komet down the field for the
Yeah.
pretty well placed ball. Komet had to like reach a little bit, but I mean, if to be putting it in that place, running to his left and throwing a crossbody is pretty impressive.
Right.
We got to see quite a bit out of the rookies as well. Loveland had 3 receptions for 28 yards, and Luther Burden had 4 receptions for 33 yards. Also a carry for 3 yards. So
Yeah, he's been showing up a little bit more
yeah,
often
I think
here
they
lately.
finally figured out how to use both of them. It definitely
Yeah.
connects a little bit more. Um, Burden especially, like he he is just an interesting. He has got the speed, and he's also just physical. So it's very fun to watch
Yeah.
him play. Let's see. For Philly, Jalen Hurts went 19 for 34 for 230 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Saquon was held in pretty well, which was always kind of a rough spot for the Bears defense, the rushing game, but they only allowed him to get 56 yards. Um,
Right.
so definitely huge stopping him. AJ
Yeah.
Brown had 10 receptions for 132 yards, which is impressive to be honest. I wouldn't have guessed he had that many yards. Just watching the
You
game.
know, it's funny though because he was so loud for the longest time that he needed to be more involved for them to
Yeah,
win games,
if
and
you give
then
me the ball, we'll win. He starts getting the ball and they can't win.
right. So it's like what's I honestly when I watch Philly, I think they need to run Hurts more often.
Yeah,
I don't know why they got away from that.
yeah, it is interesting. The kind of big plays were like we said, Nation Wright's forced fumble and recovery on the tush push. So I'm curious if we'll see more of that against the tush push because
Right.
people are so worried about just lining up. Like, no, just send the corners around the edges and see what happens there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then Kevin Byard, just being a ball hawk, getting his 6th pick of the year, leading the NFL. And a pretty impressive pick too. He is so good at baiting the opposing quarterback into throwing the ball, and then just like swooping in and diving and catching it. So,
Right.
time of possession, the Bears had the ball for 39 minutes and 18 seconds. And the Philly only had the ball for 20 minutes and 42 seconds. So they almost doubled the amount of time
Jeez.
that they had the ball.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the game. It was so fun to watch. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's me and Michael. Like I said yesterday, we got to record, but it didn't record. But we talked about it. And it's like it's just fun to like go into a game and be like, yeah, I think we could win. Like it might take a couple things, but I think we could win. Instead of last year
Right.
where it's like we have no shot in any game.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason. And a year ago,
Ah.
Black Friday, Eberflus is being fired because he couldn't call a timeout. And then to be in this position where, the Bears are winning, Ben Johnson's shirtless in the locker room getting free hot dogs for people. Low key ripped too.
Right.
It's just pretty impressive to like have that quick of a turnaround. And shows like what the mentality is like changing it around.
Especially starting 0-2.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Real easily could have gone downhill very quick.
And two devastating losses too in two different ways. Like the Vikings, like we had that game, we should have won that game, and then for whatever reason we let JJ McCarthy, who tricked us all into thinking he was a good quarterback for that one quarter.
Yeah.
Just letting it all slip away, and then the Lions just beating the crap out of the Bears, like just a terrible gameplay. So it's just super impressive to see the turnaround. I just am. At this point we're playing with house money for me. I wanted a winning season.
Right.
We already got the 9 wins. At this point, you can't have a losing season. So, if obviously being
that's a win,
first place in the NFC, you kind of have to change those expectations of like it'd be kind of depressing to not make the playoffs at this point.
Right.
By no means do I think we're winning a Super Bowl, but I think like this is the step in the right direction. I think this could be, the kind of setting the tone for the future of what's going to happen.
I know it's a big ask. I would love to see you beat the Packers both times this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, obviously, I would love
that. It's a pretty. I mean, except for I think the Browns is your easiest game to finish out the season. It's a pretty tough stretch to close out.
Yeah.
You got the Packers twice, 49ers are playing good football again, and then the Lions to finish out the season, which they haven't looked as good, but they're division rivals, and you just never know.
Yeah. Yeah. And kind of getting into that game just a little bit. We are 6.5 point. Our Green Bay is 6.5 favorites, which is
It's at
just
Lambeau, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I still think 7 points is wild to give Green Bay.
Right.
But yeah.
Because I mean, I know they're still winning games, but Love hasn't. I mean, even talk about a quarterback who also hasn't really looked phenomenal according to his stats. I don't think Jordan Love has a great stat line this season.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. They have about the same yardage. Jordan Love does have a better rating, but he's around the same interceptions. Caleb has 5. Jordan has 3. He's only got 2 more passing touchdowns than Caleb. Caleb's got 17. Jordan has 19. As far as yardage, they have about the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
I don't
this
know what their
will
rushing
shut up a
stats are,
lot of
but
people if we beat Green Bay. But you can run on Green Bay.
yeah.
And we love to run.
Yeah.
And if we can do what we did to Saquon to Josh Jacobs, I mean, and leave it all in Love's hands, I think, especially with having Kyler Gordon back, having Jalen Johnson back, having those key pieces back, like I think, I mean, Tucker Kraft is going to be my only like, kind of spot where I'm a little iffy because of those linebackers being out, but
Tucker Kraft is out the season though.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that because they had the backup. And what did he end up doing? I don't remember what he tore something, didn't he, or broke
His
something?
ACL.
Yeah.
I think he did that. What week was that? I can't remember.
It was kind of mid-season, wasn't it? It wasn't too early.
Yeah, it was in November.
Yeah.
And where they when they played the Panthers.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm gonna tell them about Fanatics real quick, and then we'll jump into your Steelers and see your thoughts on that.
Go for it.
Yeah, all right, guys. This episode is brought to you by Fanatics, your one-stop shop for officially licensed sports gear this holiday season. Look, Christmas is coming fast, and if you're still trying to figure out what to get a sports fan in your life, Fanatics has you covered. Jerseys, hoodies, hats, collectibles. Everything your favorite fan could want under the tree. And when you use our link in the show notes, you're not just knocking out your Christmas shopping, you're helping support the show. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Fanatics hooks you up and they kick a little back to us so we can keep bringing you new episodes, local coverage, and all the sports talk you love. So whether you're buying for a diehard fan, a casual watcher, or yourself, because let's be honest, we all deserve a little something, hit the Fanatics link in the description and make this Christmas a win. All right, Robert. The Steelers fell to the Bills 26-7. Steelers are falling apart. Whole team seems to be against each other, it seemed. Rodgers was looking to throw people under the bus in the press conference. And Bills maybe bouncing back?
Yeah, I'm not sold on them yet, though.
No, I'm not 100%. I think I need to see a little bit more action out of them. But this was the kind of the step in the right direction for them and a step backwards for you guys.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was a rough game to watch. First half wasn't bad. I mean, I think we were tied heading into halftime.
Yeah, because you texted me
Tighter.
like third quarter and we're like, yeah, I'm going to watch the Storm game. And just
Yeah, it was brutal. Let me see. Oh no, we had a 7-3 lead at halftime. So we were up 7-3 and then we just fell apart.
yeah, you guys woke up Josh Allen with a hit on him sliding.
Well, it was their defense that started it. They got that fumble to start it, like literally the first drive of the first half. They go get the fumble recovery and then take it all the way back. Well, Rodgers got injured that drive. Then Mason Rudolph comes in, goes 0 for 3 and throws an interception. Even Buffalo good field position, and they already had all the momentum at that point, and then we just never got back into the game. It felt like Rodgers and the receivers weren't on the same page the whole time. Our run game never really got going. I think just all around it was a bad game for us. It just I don't even think special teams looked that great that night, and usually that's at least one bright spot for us. No, it was just first half we looked competitive, and then I don't know, second half it just fell apart. I don't know. We were at home too, so it's like,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. At this point, it just seems like the Steelers, because they had every chance to kind of take that step forward for that AFC North spot. I mean, you even texted me a little bit about that. It's like Ravens just fell. We need to take we need to take advantage of that, and the Steelers just didn't do what they needed to do.
No, and I don't know how much it was. Much did Rodgers' injury play a factor in that? I don't know. It's frustrating to watch. It's just
What did you think of his post game conference?
No, I think he was just frustrated.
Yeah.
I think all around it was just. I mean, I think they were chants saying to fire Mike Tomlin. At the end of that game, I think it was just all around frustrating. The talent's there, DK Metcalf, Freiermuth, Washington are tight end that should be an offensive lineman but runs like a tight end.
Yeah. Like 320 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, dude's massive, but and then even like Kenneth Gainwell has really been a shining spot in the run game for us to complement Jalen Warren, who's had a decent season too. So, I don't know. It's like, what's the answer? Is it the quarterback? Is Rodgers just too old and should have tried a little bit harder to maybe keep Fields around? I don't know if I feel like New York Jets is just where quarterbacks go to kill their careers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. As we've seen, and so I don't,
Was it Tyrod's there though right now, and he's making him bounce back.
Yeah, I was even looking at Justin Fields' stat line though, and it wasn't like he wasn't great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Justin Fields had a phenomenal season, but he's been the worst quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was frustrating. It felt like every year we're finally at that point where the Steelers kind of fall from grace. We start out great. We have a decent starting record, and then we're scraping by to get wins. We'll probably finish 9-8 or 10-7, potentially in the wild card, and then we're gonna lose in the first round if we make it in. Like
Yeah.
it's same old in Pittsburgh right now, and it's like when are we gonna finally make that jump to actually
Yeah.
be competitive again? Because it just feels like we're doing the same thing every year, and it's just not working at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. It just seems, yeah, pretty crazy that all of a sudden it keeps happening. I think you guys need to find a quarterback to start kind of. You guys have taken a shot on a couple, and they're not working out. Rodgers is just kind of a grasp at straws to hopefully get something going, but
Yeah, it's like at what point do we potentially throw in guy we drafted from Ohio State? Uh,
oh, what is
what's
his
his name
name?
again?
Will Howard?
Let me see. Will Howard. Yeah. Like when do we give? He's healthy, so it's like
Yeah.
at what point do we just Rodgers is not getting it done? Can we just throw out the rookie just to see what we have in him? Because we didn't even really get to see him in preseason at all
No.
because he was injured.
Yeah.
So got no clue what we have there. I would have loved to see Will Howard be out there a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to just have a spark.
Yeah.
Get some
I think
get some offense generated.
the problem is these guys still have hope. So like it's still like you can't really take the risk yet because you still have too much hope left in it. Because the AFC North is kind of all over the place. Like you got
It
the
is.
Bengals kind of trying to claw their way back. Baltimore was trying, and then now all of a sudden they can't like figure it out again.
Yeah.
So it's just tough because I mean nothing's gonna
Even
be
like
closed out.
I mean, what it's insane because even the Browns technically still have a shot
Yeah,
winning our division, and they're sitting at 3-9.
we're not
Um,
gonna cover that game, but did you see the Browns game at all?
I saw some. I mean, I saw some highlights.
Did you see Shador on a 4th and 26 to try and like keep them alive in the game? Scrambled, went 5 yards, and then slid.
Really? Yeah, I don't. And what stinks is like if you're Cleveland, I don't know. What do you do? What do you do? I don't think Dylan Gabriel's the answer. Um, even though he played semi decent, I don't think he's the answer. And Shador Sanders, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him. I don't know if it's the team, um, and or is he just not good? Is that
Right.
that's I guess that's the question.
Yeah. I don't know either. That's
But
well,
yeah,
from the Bills
yeah,
side of things, you're still not sold on them, but it's definitely a step in the right
yeah,
direction.
yeah, they're winning again. I think New England's going to win that division
Oh
though.
yeah. They seem to just be
I think
running away
it'll
with it at this point. I mean, they destroyed the Giants.
yeah. Well, it helps when the Giants kicker is just missing the ball,
Yeah,
field
just kicking the
goals.
ground. That's so wild.
Oh, that's wild.
I haven't even. I don't know the last time I've seen that happen.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm not an NFL kicker, but I'm like, dude, you get paid a lot of money to do one thing.
Yeah. I'm
At
also
least hit the ball,
gonna make contact with the ball. It's not gonna go where I want it to, but I'm gonna make contact with the ball.
right? Well, and I saw like I think there was a post that said, "Well, the ball shifted," and I'm like, "No, dude, like hit the ball, like give it a
He
chance."
kicked it like
Don't.
a yard behind the ball.
Oh yeah, he wasn't close to it either.
No.
Like it could be one thing if the shift caused him to miss,
Yeah.
but he just flat out hit the dirt.
Yeah.
I don't
If he
know.
like Charlie Browned it, it'd be one thing, but like he was a foot
Right?
behind the ball and his foot hit the
Yeah.
ground. Like you can't.
Oh, it was so bad.
It's like me trying to
It
golf.
was so bad. Right? Yeah, I think New England takes that division at this point.
Yeah.
I think Buffalo's in the playoffs. I wasn't sure, a couple games ago I wasn't sure, but I think they'll get it turned around here at the end of the season. I think there's enough teams that are struggling right now in the AFC. Um, Buffalo for sure should get a wild card
Yeah.
spot.
So speaking of AFC, we'll go into another game here. Just kind of depleting options here. The Cowboys beat the Chiefs 31-28.
Yeah,
Chiefs are closer and closer to not being in the playoffs.
what's crazy is Mahomes played phenomenal in
Yeah.
that game too. 4 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's crazy to say Dak outplayed Mahomes.
yeah,
And like Mahomes had 4 touchdowns and just played out of his mind.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is if you're Kansas City because you watch the games. They're right there. I don't think they've been blown out.
No, it's
They're just not
honestly the
winning.
same story as last year. They're just not winning them.
Yeah,
I mean, the Broncos are the Chiefs of last year, where like they were all in all of the close games, and the ball just shifted in the right direction for the Chiefs last year. I mean, you have that one that you go back to where Isaiah Likely like was out by a freaking big toe.
oh yeah.
Like things like that were happening.
I will say too though, I've noticed more penalties on the Chiefs in their games this year.
Yeah.
Like they've been penalized a lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think they make the playoffs? It's hard to count them out, right? Like it is the Chiefs, it's Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes, it's Andy Reid, but
My thing is like I look at their schedule.
it's tough.
And I don't know if they go undefeated. I for sure think they beat the Titans and the Raiders.
Yep.
Like they should handle those two. But Texans, they're looking good. They just beat the Colts this past week. They're 7-5. Like they're right there in the mix right now. Their defense is playing really well. And then the Chargers, I just don't, I don't know what the Chargers are, in all honesty.
I gotta be honest, I don't think any of us do.
Like
Especially,
one
I
week
mean,
I think they're
Herbert is gonna
phenomenal,
try
but
and
then
play with this broken left hand that he just had surgery on, but
Yeah.
how's that gonna work for him?
right,
Also, with a line that wants to let him get sacked every other play.
yeah. And then the Broncos, I think they're 10-2. I mean, I know people aren't sold on them, but they're winning games. They only got 2 losses, but I think if they get one more win, the best Kansas City could even do is tie with them for the division. So at that rate, the only way Kansas City could get in is through the wild card.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos. I mean, they won a good close game against the Commanders, and then they got the Raiders this week. They should be able to beat the Raiders. And
Yeah.
I say should be. You never. I mean, it is the NFL. You
Yeah.
never know. But
Max
I don't know.
Crosby might decide he wants to take Bo Nix's head off or something, but
I think with the Chiefs, I sit at until they're actually eliminated. I think there's a chance they could still be in.
yeah. Until there's an
Because
E
I
next to their
just-
name, I'm gonna consider them being there because it's the
Yeah.
Chiefs. They just, as crazy as it sounds, the last few years, like it's the Chiefs. They'll be there. They're gonna be in. They're
Right.
damn near gonna be in the Super Bowl. Like we just
Yeah.
expect it. It's weird to not have that.
Exactly. Like they just. I mean, well, and and as much as I don't like the Chiefs, mainly because they win and my team doesn't. Patrick Mahomes is still playing really well. He's just his receivers are not catching.
Yeah.
I've seen like a ton of drop passes to wide open guys that like right in their hands.
Yeah.
I think Kelsey's just not as good as he usually is for them.
Yeah. I think we're gonna start seeing kind of the end of his career here.
I think he's already mentioned
Mentioned
potentially
thinking
retiring.
about retiring this end of the year.
So yeah, it's definitely interesting. Yeah, I think until they're officially eliminated, I'm
Yeah.
slotting the Chiefs in there. Um,
And then
I
it's
just feel
just
like
going to
it's a
be
given.
throwing a dart at a dartboard. I mean, the Chiefs, like in the playoffs, are going to be much more dangerous than apparently them at this
Yep.
regular season spot. Cowboys, on
Yeah.
the other hand, are trending upwards. Their offense looks pretty
Yeah.
awesome. George Pickens is playing crazy for him,
Right.
and Dak is able to pretty much throw wherever he wants. And their defense
Well,
has
and
stepped up a little bit. So
Philly is only 2 games ahead of them at this point. I mean, and they're kind of on the downslope unless they get their offense rolling again.
yeah,
Um, so Cowboys potentially got a shot. I think in the NFC. Let me see. Look at the wild card standings. And the NFC, it'd be a little bit harder for them to get in with the wild card at this point because I think Green Bay is 8-3-1.
NFC is
Um,
tough
eh,
because half the teams in the NFC are 8-3 or 9-4. Or
yeah,
yeah, 8-3, 8-4, or 9-3.
yeah. So you know, I think if they really want to get in at this point, they need to try to win their division,
Yeah,
and I think it's realistic because Philly's struggling and Alice has kind of been on the upswing lately.
yeah. You talk
Three game
about
three game win streak.
yeah. You talk about a team struggling. Let's move into the Texans beating the Colts 20-16.
Yeah,
Have the Colts ran out of luck at this point? I mean, it just seems like they're falling apart. Daniel Jones has apparently got a fractured fibia.
yeah, yep. He still threw. I mean, he threw for 201 yards and a passing touchdown, or
Yeah,
2 passing touchdowns in the game. Um, he didn't have as much yardage as C.J. Stroud, but C.J. Stroud didn't have a touchdown. He actually threw an interception. Um, I don't, I don't know much for the Colts is they're on the down or just ran into some teams desperate to get some wins here lately between
yeah,
the Chiefs and the Texans.
yeah.
Um, and they lost to the Steelers too, but it doesn't mean much at this point, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this. I'm hoping the Colts. I mean, they're kind of they've always been my number 2 team. I've always loved the
Yeah,
Colts. Um, it'd be cool to see them kind of start moving forward again.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I think they've run into a pretty tough part of their schedule.
And their
And
division has actually been pretty competitive this year.
yeah,
Jaguars are 8-4, Houston 7-5 now. I
is that
think
the
Titans are really the
AFC
only.
West? Is that what South?
They're AFC South.
South. Uh,
Um,
yeah, yeah. The Jaguars actually lead it, right?
they're currently leading. I think
They've been
they.
kind of quiet too.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a quiet. Not a lot of people have talked about them. Because I guess they lost they split with the Texans. They're 1-1 with the Texans. The Jaguars are. So I don't know. One, the Colts have to play the Jaguars 2 times, close out the season
That's
this
crazy.
week, and then again a couple weeks later. They also have to play Seattle and 49ers and also the Texans again. So the Colts have a brutal ending
Yeah, that's gonna be
their
rough.
schedule.
Yeah, that'll be rough.
Yeah,
Texans, on the other hand, are playing really well. C.J. Stroud came back this week from that concussion.
yep.
Uh,
For
and
game win streak right now too.
yeah, Davis Mills held them above water for a little bit there, and yeah, they've been playing really
Yep.
well.
Hope they were, one of the games was against the Titans, who are, I don't,
Awful,
they're just
atrocious.
ever since they fired Vrabel, they've
Yeah,
been
and look what
not
Vrabel's doing.
competitive at all.
Vrabel's
Yeah,
much happier.
yeah. But then the Bills. And they really handled the Bills. I mean, the Bills were still in it, but sacked Josh Allen 8 times, forced 3 turnovers against them.
Yeah,
And they go and they beat the Colts this week with C.J. Stroud back in the lineup. I mean,
that defense is
then
just
they're
crazy too.
for rest of the season, they have Chiefs this week, Cardinals who are struggling, Raiders who are struggling, Chargers who we have no clue what the heck they are, and then they finish against the Colts. So, I mean, I could see them winning 3 of those games
Yeah.
uh, easily and being 10-7 at the end of the season. It's crazy how close everything is.
Yeah.
The more I look at it, the more I'm like,
I
man,
don't think
this could
there's
happen, and
any
this could happen.
great teams in the NFL this year.
Yeah, because even like I like the Patriots. I know they've been really good, um, but I also think they're beatable.
Yeah.
Uh, not like soul. I'm surprised to see them at 11 wins, but I don't think you know necessarily dominating. Um, at one point, I thought the Rams were potentially the best team in the NFL, but then they go and they lose to Carolina
Yeah.
this week. So it's
Speaking
like,
of that game, let's dive into that. Panthers
yeah,
beat the Rams 31-28. Uh, I don't know about you. I have no idea what the Panthers are at this point. And
I don't
then
know.
they still have a shot to make the playoffs.
But you know what's funny is I was talking to Pastor Craig yesterday, and he goes, "Man, Bryce Young is the gift that keeps on giving."
Yeah. Yeah.
I've gotten several um, starters out of that trade from all the picks you got, and then on top of it, he's beat the Carolina's beaten the Rams to give y'all first place,
Yeah.
and I think they beat Green Bay earlier this
Yeah.
season too. So Pastor Craig was just like, "Yeah, Bryce Young's just the gift that keeps on giving for
Yeah.
us." Right
Yeah.
now.
It's crazy just to be seeing him keep doing this for us, and the Panthers just kind of keep giving to the Bears.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. I can't figure out what the Panthers are. I
Uh,
honestly I can't
No
figure out what
clue.
Bryce Young is. He
I don't know either.
he plays so hit or miss, and it's so crazy to me.
Well, like, what was it? One week they yeah, they shut out the Falcons 30 to nothing. Then you scroll down a little bit further and they lose to the Saints 17-7.
Yeah,
It's like how do you manage to do that? Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
yeah. So it's fun to watch. I think, it makes it exciting, but I don't know. I don't know what to make of Carolina, but it's happy for Bryce Young,
Yeah,
though, kind of been shown in a better light this season because he had a rough start to his career there.
yeah. And he started out this year pretty bad too, and then kind of bounced back. So it's just all
Yeah.
over the place. Um, and the last game we're gonna get
Yeah.
into is that Cincy beating Baltimore 31-14. Like you were saying earlier, Cincy's still got a shot, which is so wild. Joe Flacco kept him above water, kind of cruise controlled, and then we also just yeah, Joe Burrow's just really good.
Oh, what's funny is there were some games Joe Flacco was like almost MVP numbers. It was
Yeah,
like, who is this guy? So it just their defense, of course, is terrible and lost them those games. But
but then they played well this week.
yeah, which is weird. I don't know if it's just the Joe Burrow effect because it's just like I don't know. I don't know what it is, but Cincinnati could potentially still win the division, which is crazy. Um, being at 8 losses already on the season. Uh, and I mean, looking at the rest of their schedule, even they had the Bills this week, who, like we said, we have no clue what they are, so they could win
Hmm.
that. Had the Ravens again, but then they finish out Dolphins, Cardinals, and Browns,
Yeah,
which are all very winnable games for that team.
yeah,
I mean, they could finish out the season on a win streak, be 9-8, and if Baltimore and Pittsburgh continues to struggle like they have been, go and win the division.
yeah. That would be yeah. What a crazy turnaround.
Yeah. Which is why I'm like, Pittsburgh had a game against Buffalo where it's like we need this win, and we just go and lose. And I don't know. Like I said, that was just so rough. But right now, the AFC North is a little crazy, and that Cincinnati game against Baltimore just continues to make things even more unclear as far as who's actually the best team in that division.
Yeah. Let's see. So that kind of covers the games we want to talk about this week. we want to get into some local hockey, some
Yeah, let's
Heartlanders
do
and
it.
some Storm. Both are still struggling. Both are out of last place though.
Let's go.
Second to last, but they're out of last. That's a start.
Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it.
We can dig our way out from here. The Heartlanders had a 3-game stretch against the Bloomington Bison. On Wednesday, they lost to the. They hosted the Bison, lost to them. I think it was 4-3. Then they went to Bloomington, beat them 3-2 or something like that. And then they played on Sunday, and Bloomington beat the crap out of them, beating them 5-1. So we're still as lost as we could ever be on what's going on with this team.
Yeah.
They're just off to such slow starts. It's so
I know.
annoying. And then by the time they start scoring, it's too late. And the Storm are kind of the same story, although they are starting out a little quicker. They went 1-2 this weekend. They beat the what is it? The Mayhem? Yeah.
Macon Mayhem.
So that was plus. But I was looking at some of the notes of the games. They went 1 for 9 on power plays.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it's just crazy to have those opportunities and just they kind of all fall apart.
I don't. It's been such a weird season.
Yeah.
Storm. I don't really know what's going on there.
I expected the loss against Huntsville. They're number 1 in the
Right.
SPHL. It's just that that's just one you can, unless you're playing out of your mind that week. That's just one you can kind of chalk up that you're probably gonna lose.
Right.
But then the other two were for. I mean, I want to say they play. Oh, who'd they play? Macon is the last place team now. So we beat them.
Yes.
And then the other team, I don't remember which one it was, is in second, or is in just the spot above us. So there were 2 winnable games. To kind of dig yourself back out of that hole. Plus, our points aren't that far behind to kind of make a little bit of a run into this kind of center of the league. But we just can't get it going, and it sucks. But it's just they're squandering opportunities. Going 1 for 9 on power plays is just that's a tough.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, you get those opportunities to play, and it's just you got to take advantage of it.
Well, they're another one where I think their home record is worse than their away record at the moment.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, then what's funny about the Heartlanders and their whole thing is go to Bloomington, you win, then they're at the Extreme Arena, they lose, and then back in Bloomington they win.
Yeah.
Was it? No, it was 2 losses at their home. Yeah, so Extreme Arena, so they're at Iowa. They lose at home, go to Bloomington, Illinois, win away, come back home, lose at home.
Yeah.
That just makes no sense to me.
No, not at all. It just is.
At this point, it's like let's just make all their games away, and they're going to be good the whole season.
Yeah, like at least they'll score some points. It's
right?
So crazy.
Yeah. I don't understand what's going on there, but hope they figure it out.
Yeah, it's getting rough. Some other local sports news. The tryouts for the Steamrollers are this weekend. I will be attending. Hopefully getting some video footage and stuff, and kind of getting some notes, kind of see what's going on. Possibility of a interview with Coach Ross afterwards to kind of get his opinions on how the day went. Some interviews coming up. We've got. I want to say his last name is Rothenberg, but it's Brian Rothenberg, the president of the Storm. He'll be on probably this week's episode. Then we've got well, I'm gonna say his name wrong. So I want to make sure I pull it up right. The Iowa Wolves president, which is the G League team for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Drew Van Metteren. So he'll be on next week. We're going to talk to him. He's a big Bears fan. So we'll get to chat about some of the Bears stuff. I'm hoping we see the Bears win this weekend. We can chat about that because that would be really cool to
Yeah.
share with him.
Have any more info on the Iowa Woo?
I've been chatting with him. We just can't connect. So it's just been tough.
Okay. Okay.
We're getting him on soon, hopefully. And
Ah.
then we will have Destiny Brown. She'll be on.
Oh yeah, she's with the
The
Steamwheelers.
Steamwheelers GM should be on the show at some point coming up.
Okay.
She's kind of making a last push for the
Yeah.
kind of sponsorships and stuff for before the season and the holiday stuff
Yeah.
ends. So we're trying to get there. But yeah, some big stuff coming. Check out the blog. There's lots of stuff on there. Before we go,
Hey, there's a awesome interview with Chima from the Steamwheelers. If you haven't listened to that.
Yeah, go listen to that one. Before we go, college football wrap up. Season's basically over, other than
Yep.
some playoffs. But I don't think either of our teams are going to be anywhere near that. So
Unfortunately.
yeah, the
But you know, the Gators, they beat the Florida State, so that was a good day for me.
You guys bowl eligible?
I think Illinois is.
Yeah.
But the Gators definitely aren't. But the Gators did hire a head coach. We got the hired the guy from Tulane.
Yeah.
Head coach.
Oh, what did you think of Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss in the middle of a playoff to go to LSU?
I don't have any ill will towards him, but it would not disappoint me if LSU just looked abysmal his whole tenure there.
Yeah.
They have the best season ever. Potentially, I think they're in the SEC championship, unless I'm mistaken there. Oh yeah, I am mistaken. It's Alabama or Georgia. But they were right there at the end.
They're going to be a playoff team.
They're going to be a playoff team. Got a chance to make a run in the playoffs. Their offense has been playing phenomenal all year round. Not a fan of it. I don't know how much of that's Kiffin's fault or college sports organization, because their scheduling is weird for stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think they have to do it in a certain time period.
Yeah.
Because of recruiting and everything. So I don't know how much of that should be put on Kiffin. Should be thinking about ways to make it to where coaches can wait till the season's officially over. But I don't know if they lose too much time in recruiting. Like I know all of that's college sports world schedule is completely different from the NFL, and they can't just wait till the off season sometimes for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I think he's done really well at Ole Miss. I'm not the guy that's staring at all that money and the prestige of going to a college between LSU or Ole Miss. So I don't, I can't speak into all of that, but I was definitely shocked he did it. Felt like would love to see him stay at Ole Miss. He's done a lot of good there.
Yeah, it's been crazy. But yeah, that's the show, guys. Next week we'll see you. Hopefully, all three of us can get it together and kind of all get on. But as being said, just keep listening. Thank you to all you guys listening. So peace out.